Alright guys, so if you guys have been catching up with the news of the update, you guys know that magic candies are coming to Cookie Run Kingdom, and that is going to be added for 3 specific cookies, and that is going to be for Espresso, Vampire, and Purple Yam. Right now, we don't clearly know the exact detail Espresso cookie as well as Purple Yam, but Vampire cookie skill has actually been shared on the Naver Cafe in Korean, and from the details, there are 2 specific things that you really want to do right now before Vampire Cookie comes out in order to maximize the effectiveness of his skill if the skill leak or the image of the enhancement is true. So first of all, let's talk about Vampire Cookie's Magic Candy skill and why it's going to be very impactful to the game. So I've shared with you guys previously in my videos about the Naver Cafe, and you guys can see right here the 3 cookies that are going to be receiving the Magic Candy, and then we also have their skill animations as well. Of course, you have seen Espresso, Purple Yam, as well as Vampire before, and Vampires honestly is a very simple skill. It is exactly the same as before, except for the bleeding effect that is being added right here, the little debuff right here. But the more important thing here is going to be right here. When it comes to the animation for the enhancement, it actually shares with us Vampire Cookie skill and the skill detail. And if you guys look at the screen right now, you're going to be able to see the little capture that I've actually made for Vampire Cookie skill right before they go into the animation. And the detail is going to be in Korean, but I'm actually going to share this with you guys with my own translation, because sometimes direct translations from Google and things like that can be a bit weird. So let's look at this real quick. This is going to be for +1 of the magic candy for Vampire Cookie. So the beginning of the skill is actually going to be exactly the same as before. It says turns into a bat and attacks the furthest enemy, drinking their blood and restoring some HP depending on the amount of caused damage. And then the change for the skill actually comes into play afterwards. It does say that the enemy hit by the skill will have a bleeding debuff caused onto them, and if you attack that specific enemy with the bleeding debuff, then you will have a 100% crit rate. And after that skill detail, it says that instead of attacking one enemy, normal attack will attack the closest 3 enemies. And then at the bottom, it does say that the bleeding will last for 20 seconds, and every 0.5 seconds it's going to deal 55.4% of damage. Alright, so it is actually a huge thing here, guys. So now with that skill description out of the way, and the fact that 100% crit is going to be available for Vampire Cookie, you know, something like the world exploration boss stages as well as the guild boss battle, you might and you probably will want these 2 specific things leveled up as well as built for your kingdom. And the one that you guys can clearly see that my cursor is actually looking at is going to be this right here, the Chocolate Altar of the Fallen. This is going to increase all cookies crit damage by 18%, all the way at level 20 is going to be 20%, and that means that it's going to increase the damage output of Vampire Cookie from 150%, right, of whatever that initial number is, all the way up to 170%. And also, if you guys have upgraded your laboratory and not neglected it, then you guys can go right over here at the near the end, and you guys can see right here this as well, all cookie crit damage boost or the bonus, and that is also going to be increasing your crit damage by 20% at max level 10. And that means the crit damage that Vampire Cookie is able to do at 100% rate is going to be 190% at max level for both. This is a very significant thing, guys. You know, the reason why crit toppings have been used greatly throughout the game right now is because of the fact that crit damage boost is a thing now, right? And on top of that, if you use something like Oyster Cookie skill, then actually the crit damage output is going to be more than 200%. And that means that you want to take advantage of all of these crit damage in order to deal a massive amount of damage, especially for the guild boss battle, if you want to use Vampire Cookie for his magic candy ability, right? His damage output already is a 1000%, all right? And if you go and use him for that specific, you know, skill, then that 1000% is going to turn into pretty much 2000 because it is going to be 200% of this, right? So it is going to be a massive thing, although it won't be 100% guaranteed on the first initial hit, because you do need to cause that debuff on that specific enemy first and then cast this skill again to have that 100%. Usually in the guild boss battle and the higher level dragon, you do have the ability to cast Vampire Cookie's skill twice, so the initial one may or may not crit, but the second one right before Vampire Cookie will die is automatically going to be 100% crit, dealing a massive amount of damage. So you definitely want to take advantage of these two things right now if you guys are deciding to build Vampire Cookie's Magic Candy in the future, as well as take advantage of the 100% crit. Of course, we don't know the specific details for the two other cookies, Espresso Cookie as well as our Purple Yam, the two cookies that I have never invested in as of right now. We don't know their specific detail, but if Vampire Cookie's skill is going to be something like that, then I feel like Purple Yam and Espresso Cookie's skill are also going to be very, very, very strong and may push them into the meta of specific things like the World Exploration, Arena, as well as Guild Boss Battle, but we'll have to check once that update goes live. Anyways, guys, I did just want to share that with you guys because I know that some of you guys have already seen the skill description for Vampire Cookie, but in case that you guys did not know exactly what you want to do in order to maximize as well as take advantage of that skill, then make sure to go and build the Altar of the Fallen, as well as start investing in on that crit damage boost inside of the lavatory to maximize that bonus. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching once again. I hope you guys are excited for the update. We'll have to still see if the Ascension, as well as some of the things that players have been discussing about, as well as what kind of wanted to change, will actually happen or not. But once again, I believe that the overall update is going to be a good thing, and we'll be excited to see the addition of Financier Cookie as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.